Today we're going to discuss the controversy of Starfield being woke, and what seems like a lot of chatter online about people boycotting the game because of one detail we're going to discuss in a little bit. And I find this extremely funny. As somebody that used to be a lot more right-wing, today I'm more centrist for sure, definitely right-leaning, but I don't see any problem with Starfield at all, and I don't find any wokeness in the actual game outside of the beginning menu controversy. Now, if you're not aware, in the beginning of Starfield during character creation, you are able to pick your character's pronouns. In a video game where you're supposed to create your character, your story, and your adventure, there are some people out there in the world in the year 2023 that would like to call themselves whatever they want to call themselves. And in my opinion, as a centrist who values freedom and individual freedom, if it's not harming anybody else, I see absolutely zero problem with being able to choose your own pronoun. Outside of this only political issue in the game, Starfield does not shove anything down your throat, excuse the pun, in this game of the political nonsense today. Take a game like Baldur's Gate 3, another game that has been accused of being extremely woke, with wizards trying to grab your butt at every angle. Now, I would argue that Baldur's Gate 3 and the amount of sex that is in the game is more of a hot topic political conversation that's being inserted into the game than anything Starfield does. You see, sex is everywhere in the year 2023, on every channel, every commercial, every social media. So the fact that that is being injected into your game, I can make an argument that that's more political. People are going crazy about Starfield's technical issues, different details, different bugs, different expectations that were not met. And some people really had high expectations and misguided ones, thinking that this game was going to be Star Citizen 2.0. And that being said, people are treating Starfield as an elementary school classroom. They are morally outraged, and God forbid they put pronouns in my sacred video game. And these are the same people that ignore this actual political drivel in every video game for the past 5 to 7 years. Especially games that are more mainstream, I would argue, than Starfield. Games like Call of Duty, games like Modern Warfare. They don't even give you the option to make your own choices. At least in Baldur's Gate 3, if you are so easily offended by the bisexual wizard trying to grab your ass, you could literally throw him off a roof in Baldur's Gate City and never use him again. Now that's player choice and player emergent gameplay. Whereas games like Call of Duty will promote an object, an idea, a political motive, and you have no way to turn it off. You have no way to disable it. And all Starfield did was offer the player a choice of, do you want to be called he, him, she, her, or any other number of combinations. That's it. You could choose what you want, move on, and you'll never hear about it again in the game. So again, you got people that are on Twitter freaking out about this. Let me give you an example. You have this guy, Dan Vask.
Laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current date us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity!
Jesus Christ.
Who's absolutely spazzing out, freaking out over this. People made funny memes about like the virgin Starfield hater versus the Chad Starfield enjoyer. I don't see it that big of a deal to freak out about this. This is such a minor issue. Now, what is political, and definitely something to be more aware of, okay, besides harming this guy Dan Vasquez's personal choices, oh God, he's so offended. But Dr. Disrespect has literally been blacklisted and banned from promoting Starfield, even though he's been like a huge fan of the game for a long time. And he has a post here on Twitter, or now known as X. He says, some of these poor young people are just depressed, no life experience, and completely misdirected by the internet. That's very true. Look at my words being taken out of context here. Their insecurities are obvious. Politics should stay out of the video game industry entirely, along with people like this. And this Dr. Disrespect is commenting on another Zeet. Is that what they're called nowadays? X tweets. And he says, Dr. Disrespect is responding to Thyena. PP Peepo Comfy. Dr. Disrespect was rejected a Starfield sponsorship deal due to his recent transphobia, and he got triggered on stream because the head of Bethesda publishing has pronouns in his bio. These guys wouldn't survive Modern Warfare 2 lobbies if pronouns triggered them. And to an extent, this person is a little accurate. Me growing up in the 2000 era of gaming with Halo and lobbies and the most obscene insults you could imagine. The people complaining about Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield from their moral grandstands would not survive 3 seconds in a Halo 3 lobby, or a Halo 2 lobby, or even a Halo 1 LAN party. So I find that extremely funny. Yes, we have to be aware of companies, mega corporations injecting politics and nonsensical ideas into our mediums, whether it's movies, gaming, or even books. But Starfield is not guilty of what they're being accused of with this, oh how woke Todd Howard got. There are 1,000,001 things in Starfield that you could weigh on the opposite end of the woke scale. How Todd Howard depicts black people in space. I'm sure that somewhere on Twitter and the internet, people are just as upset about this as right-wing people are upset about the pronouns. At the end of the day, you could be mad until the cows come home. You could find any reason, any excuse to be upset about any current political thing. But in the year 2023, especially with games like Baldur's Gate 3 being fully DRM3 and fully on websites like GOG, where you could Blockbuster style rent them, quote unquote, nudge nudge, elbow in your shoulder, you can perfectly play these games without supporting any producers or mega corporations, and I'm not suggesting you do that, but I'm just saying in the year 2023 it's possible. But these people are taking such a moral grandstand and position that they won't even play the game. They won't even try it. You can go on Xbox Game Pass right now for $5, basically an old school Blockbuster rental fee. And you can essentially rent Starfield for a month for $5. And you could try Starfield out for yourself and form your own opinions on it. But some of these supposed right-wing gamers that are so morally pristine and perfect, they're more perfect than God himself. These people won't even try the game because they are so, quote-unquote, utterly disgusted with the political injection into their game that they probably weren't going to play anyway. But again, we are ranting. This was just a couple thoughts. I find it hilarious, the internet nowadays. You can either be an enjoyer, you could try things out for yourself and form your own opinions, or you could just hate from the sideline and listen to other people's opinions. The choice is yours. But in my opinion, Starfield and Todd Howard have not gone woke at all. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is Starfield a disaster? Are there bugs? Are you enjoying the game? Are you hating the game? Please just don't tell me in the comments that you haven't tried the game because of the wokeness. Because I'll tell you that you're making a big mistake. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more gaming information, news, and videos, and I'll catch you on the next one.